The courtroom was tense. The kind of silence where every cough echoed like thunder. A single dad veteran named Daniel sat in the back row, his daughter's small hand clutching his. He wasn't there for drama, just to settle a custody hearing that could decide his little girl's future. But then it happened. 2 uniformed officers grabbed a woman near the front. She wasn't violent. She wasn't shouting. She was pleading, her voice cracking as she begged them to listen. But instead they shoved her, forcing her to the ground. The crowd gasped. The judge hadn't even entered yet. Daniel's military instincts kicked in. His chest burned with the memory of comrades he couldn't save, but this time, he would not sit still. "Stop!" His voice cut through the room. The officers froze for a second, stunned that anyone dared to speak. Daniel rose, calm but unshakable, his daughter's wide eyes following him. He didn't move with anger. He moved with authority. He knelt beside the woman, helping her to her feet, shielding her body with his. "She's not a threat," he said firmly. "She's scared. And if you're sworn to protect, then protect with dignity." The officers hesitated. Something in Daniel's tone, a mixture of command and compassion, disarmed them. Slowly, reluctantly they stepped back. The woman's hands trembled as she whispered, "Thank you. No one's ever stood up for me like that." And then, the doors opened. Everyone rose as the judge entered. But Daniel's jaw nearly dropped. That same woman he had just defended, straightened her blazer, adjusted her glasses, and walked directly to the bench. The officers' faces turned pale. She wasn't a victim at all. She was the judge. A stunned hush fell over the courtroom. The bailiff cleared his throat, flustered. "All rise for Judge Harrison." The woman, Judge Harrison, sat tall, her composure returning, but her eyes glistened with gratitude. She looked at Daniel with something deeper than thanks, respect. For the next hour, Daniel watched as she presided. Her rulings weren't cold or mechanical. They carried warmth, empathy, and justice that came from someone who had just been reminded of her own humanity. And when Daniel's custody case finally came up, Judge Harrison leaned forward, speaking directly to him. "Mr. Daniels, your record shows sacrifice, service, and a devotion to your child that goes beyond words. I saw how you defended a stranger without hesitation, without knowing who I was. That tells me everything I need to know about your character." Her gavel struck the block. "Full custody awarded." Daniel's daughter let out a small cry of joy and threw her arms around his neck. Tears blurred his vision, but his heart felt light for the first time in years. As court dismissed, Judge Harrison paused beside him. "You reminded me today that justice isn't just about laws, it's about humanity. Don't ever forget the power of kindness, Mr. Daniels. It changes everything." And as Daniel walked out of the courthouse with his daughter in his arms, the lesson rang clear. The world doesn't change because of power, uniforms, or titles. It changes when ordinary people choose to do the right thing, no matter the risk. That day, a veteran father saved a woman he thought was powerless, but in truth, she was the one with the gavel. And together, they showed everyone in that courtroom what real justice looks like. Sparkle's message: sometimes the smallest act of courage can ripple farther than you'll ever know. Stand for kindness, even when it's not easy, and you might just change the course of someone's life.